Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Is this on? Where is the Hari? Where let me see the settings. That's why you put it into 26. So instead of becoming cold, we are getting hot. Okay, so now a little bit cool. Is this connected to the main? This one?
That was not working.
It's not working.
Because in between that was losing the voice.
Really?
Yes.
What, you use the same microphone?
Yes.
Because the problem is in here. You want to try, because I don't want to lose my voice, because that is more powerful. Try connecting it from that one. Turn it on. Let me try that one, okay? Because Hari is not on. Is it on?
Yes, madam.
Hare Krishna, Hare. Give me your microphone. Maybe something is wrong with this. No. Hare Krishna. Something wrong with the mic. Yeah? Hare Krishna. Namaong Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Gopal Krishna Goswami Tamini Prabhupada Sansariti Namaong Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyavani Paschatya Desatarine Om Jnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshuru Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manovistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaya Dati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Juta Padakam Shri Guru Vaisnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatan Sahagana Raghunatanditam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sadvadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Visakanditamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavanishwari Visabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Pipa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaisnavebhyo namo namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Open it. Hare Krishna. So we're happy to have you here in Vrindavan.
Yes, Maharaj.
This is not a coincidence. That means somehow or other there was a desire from within your heart to come to the land of Lord Krishna. And this has become realized due to your sincerity. Somehow you must have accumulated some pious credit from the past. It's not working now? Oh, really? It's strange. Air conditioned, eh? Air conditioned. We're conditioned by the air conditioned. Let me see. Hare Krishna. You can turn on the fan. It was on before, but somebody turned it off. There we go. Is it working now? Is it working now?
Yes.
We have to reset. It's like our mind needs to be reset. I chose the topic today from the book that is just published recently. It's a compiled teachings by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of ISKCON, from His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, our spiritual master, and also from me. You see that? Parampara. This is how it goes. The teachings, Prabhupada says, the Vedic knowledge, the Vedas means like mother. If you want to know who's your father, who do you ask? Do you ask everyone in the street who's my father? Your mother. Your mother knows very well who is your father. Let's say your father left and you grew up not seeing him. So the information can be given by the mother. So similarly, the Vedas means knowledge about the supreme absolute truth. And this book has seven topics. Starts with bhakti or devotional service, chanting, like the connection between us and Krishna. It's like a telephone number or WhatsApp number. Humility, the essence, the very first quality that we need to cultivate. Surrender, that means willingness to give up things that we are attached to. Association, that means association of like-minded devotees, or in particular those who are more advanced than us in spiritual life. Detachment, that means after understanding knowledge, we become detached. Detached from what? Detached from material things, detached from things that are unnecessary. And then the last one is about determination. So I decided to speak on determination. Determination, when you're determined, then you'll create a certain atmosphere within you and around you, some strength. Determination comes from within, right? But also from outside. It depends on whom you associate with. It says, if you want to be determined, then you associate with those who are determined. So in this way, you'll be able to also become like them. Let's see what Prabhupada says about determination. This is how it goes. We read a few passages from Srila Prabhupada's lectures on this topic. It says, the introduction, determination or dridha vrata is one of the central qualities required for progress in devotional life. It's like you're determined to finish your education, aren't you? So you have to work hard for that. Without firm resolve, the soul cannot overcome the constant distractions and allurements of the material world. So, material world means full of miseries and sufferings, and we want to be happy. But if you go with the flow, that means if you go with what the materialists are doing, definitely you will not be happy. You will not be satisfied. You have to go against the flow. That against the flow is pursuing spiritual life. Spiritual life also is not easy. Material life is not easy. To be happy, you have to work hard. You have to fulfill your desire to be happy materially. But because we are spiritual living entities by nature, we cannot happy materially. It's not possible. It's like Prabhupada gave an example, fish out of the water. It doesn't matter what you give to the fish. Everything that material happiness can give. But if the fish is in the land, is the fish going to be happy, satisfied? No, the fish has to go back to the water. So similarly, for us, we are conditioned souls. We are here in the material world and we want to be happy. Spiritual living entities being want to be happy in the material world. And that is not possible. What is the process? We have to go back home, back to Godhead by executing bhakti. 9 processes of bhakti. Start from hearing and chanting. So His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada repeatedly emphasized that determination is the backbone of bhakti. What does that mean by the backbone? That means all the strength that we need. If your back is broken, what's going to happen? You're paralyzed. You'll not be able to move. You'll not be able to walk. You'll not be able to do anything. Even if you're in a wheelchair, you cannot move. Someone has to push you. So backbone is like Prabhupada says, Back to Godhead magazine is the backbone of the movement. Means we will become strong by becoming determined. Without determination, there'll be no conviction. Convinced. We will not be convinced. Yes. It says here, for it ensures steadiness even in the face of difficulties and temptations. You must have heard the story of there's a race between a tortoise and a rabbit. Yeah? The rabbit, compared to the tortoise, moves faster. So there is contest between the two of them. And the rabbit went fast immediately, but became distracted. Went to different places, aside, going back, going many places. Unlike the tortoise, kurma, slow, but determined to win the race. It doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter whether there's some issues or problems along the way. So slowly, 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 seemingly that the rabbit is going to win, almost reach the finish line, but then became distracted again. He went back, went to the side with the tortoise, slowly, 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 and ultimately came first to the finish line. So similarly, in the spiritual life, seemingly is also very difficult because we have to pay the price. Prabhupada says the price that we have to pay is that greediness. It's like the materialists are greedy for money, 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 sweeter than honey. The spiritualists also, they are greedy for service to attain love of God. But then the price that they have to pay is that they have to perform austerities. The materialists also, they're very austere. Some of them, they have 2 or 3 jobs. Like in America, one full-time job, going 9 to 8 or 9 to 5. And then after that, there's a part-time job, 4 hours. And then after that, there's another part-time, 4 hours. Practically working all day long just to eat few chapatis, one sabji, and some dal. Same thing. Is that what we eat? Yes. Rice, dal, chapati, and sabji. How much more can you eat? Can you eat 100 chapatis? Not possible, isn't it? Can you eat like 10 courses of sabji? No. Just little bit. So, but the devotees are more happy because they know that ultimately what they're doing is eternal, has an eternal result. Material activities, there is a beginning, there's a middle, and there's an end. And it tastes nectar in the beginning, but in the end, it tastes like poison. Spiritual life may taste a little bit bitter in the beginning. Who wants to get up early in the morning? Huh? Perform Mangal Artik. What time do you get up?
6.
6? Okay. If you get up after 6, no spiritual life. Prabhupada said, for those who are sadhakas, practitioners of bhakti, we get up 1.5 hours before sunrise. What time is the sunrise? Huh? 5:30. So what time we get up then? Some of our brahmacharis, they get up at 2:30, 3 o'clock. But what time do we sleep? We don't sleep at 12. What time do you sleep? Huh? 12, 11, 12. That's too late. What do? You study hard? I don't think so. There is more destruction. So you have to utilize your time properly. If you're determined to make advancement in Krishna consciousness, you have to what? Early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and Krishna conscious. Yes. I'm sure you can easily, in the beginning is difficult. You have to go slowly. Bhakti means slow, gradual, but surely. It's in the mode of goodness. Material life means mode of passion and ignorance. They want everything patapat. Huh? Quick. Very quick, very fast. They even have a 24-hour stores now, isn't it? Open all night long. Before, there is nothing like that in India. But in America, this is normal. They don't sleep. The time that they sleep, the time that we wake up. The time that we wake up, that's the time they sleep. It's opposite. So if you want to be determined, you have to follow a strict sadhana. What sadhana means? Sadhana means regulated lifestyle. Hmm? It's not that, oh, you can eat anytime, 3, 4 times a day, whenever you feel hungry. And sometimes you even eat like what you call midnight snack. You've heard of that? You've heard of that, right? People, they cannot sleep without eating. But no, devotees, they have to train. They have to control their senses. They have to control their mind. The mind is very difficult to control. It is more difficult to control than a raging wind. Arjuna told this to Lord Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita. But it is possible. It is possible. Let's see what Prabhupada says. Oh, our Guru Maharaj is already Goswami Maharaj says that determination grows through discipline, association, and practice. We have to be disciplined. This is the first rule for those who wish to pursue spiritual life. Even in school, in your educational institutions, the teacher are expecting for the students to be disciplined. What does discipline means? Discipline means follow the orders of the Guru, follow the orders of Krishna, follow the orders of those who are advanced in Krishna consciousness. It's like having a blind faith. You know what blind faith means? What's the meaning of blind faith? Anybody?
We don't use our logical mind.
Yes, yes. See, the Vedas, the Shastra, we don't have to experiment. It's been already done and proven. It's already been tried and proven. We just have to accept it and follow the procedure. It's like in school, we have this course called chemistry. Did you do chemistry? Yes? In chemistry, there is some experiment, right? But the teacher already know what is the result. He will know by, if you follow the proper procedure in that experiment, by the result. If your result is wrong, that means you did not follow the procedure. Yes? So that means we are not disciplined if we did not follow the procedure. So the procedure is very easy. Prabhupada has told us, chant minimum 16 rounds, follow strict rules and regulations like no meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, no illicit sex, associate with the devotees, read Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, and eat only Krishna Prasadam. If we follow that, it's guaranteed. Guaranteed we'll make progress in Krishna consciousness slowly, slowly. Association is very important if one is determined to go back home, back to Godhead. There is a saying, I already mentioned this a few times. Tell me who your friends are, and I will tell you who you are. Yes. Your friends are friends, real friends, not in sense enjoyment. Your friends are there to help each other to make you become Krishna conscious. A friend can slap each other. Hey, wake up. Wake up means, hey, be real. Others are only friends when you have something that they want. And if you don't have anything that they want, bye bye. They will choose different friends. That's not real friends. In Krishna consciousness, you can find genuine friends. So association is very important in Krishna consciousness. Yes, and practice. Determination means inner conviction and being steady. Ah, being consistent. In the beginning, our mood is like going up and down, up and down, up and down. It's like a Ferris wheel, yeah. And there is some mela, they have the rides or roller coaster. Roller coaster. Sometimes go down, so go up, and then go circle, and then go down again. Life, material life is like that. But if one is convinced and determined in spiritual life, the progress is like very, very gradual, but it's always increasing. Anandam Buddhi Vardhanam, Pratipadam Purnam Ritasvadanam, Sarvatmat Snapanam Param Vijayate, Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. The process in Krishna consciousness is cleansing of the heart, and through the chanting of the holy name of the Lord. And when we do it attentively, especially the chanting, we will have the taste. And that taste will keep us to keep chanting. We may not have the full effect of the chanting, but a little bit of drop of the bliss, of the happiness that one derives from chanting the holy name of the Lord, that keeps us to go steady and become convinced to keep going and going and going until one day we'll reach that plateau of genuine happiness, and it will just go on increasing and it will never end. So we need. Hmm? Yes. Prabhupada says, determination means we must be very steady. That I must execute Krishna consciousness, nothing can check me. From a lecture in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 1, Text 15 in Honolulu, Hawaii, May 21st, 1976. I must execute Krishna consciousness. This is determination. Like you're determined to finish your school, finish your degree. Huh? So the determination means you must be steady. You must be working hard at the same time. Think of any obstacles that you may face. Consider them to be like tests whereby if you are convinced, you'll be able to overcome. Nothing can discourage you. That's what it means. No, no external elements can discourage you because you're convinced inside. Prabhupada also, he asked, maybe you can turn this off now, please. Yes. Prabhupada asked his GBC men, GBC and ISKCON, they're the ultimate managing authority. They're looking after the whole society's function. So Prabhupada asked them, are you now convinced of Krishna? If you are not convinced about this process, then how can you convince others? So we should be all become convinced. about this knowledge that will free us from the cycle of repeated birth and death. Right now, there's so many so-called institutions, spiritual institutions, New Age, they call it New Age, spiritual institution, but nothing can satisfy them. So many so-called gurus. There's one person, very famous. He is only good in talking, but he doesn't believe in Krishna. He doesn't believe in the Bhagavad Gita. And he's called Guru. Who is that? I'm not going to say. Yeah. He was asked, have you read the Bhagavad Gita? No. But then how come you're called Guru? Though there's a name before him, before the Guru. Huh? That's bogus. So how can you be convinced if you are talking to a person who's concocting, who's good in word jugglery? See, a devotee, when he speaks, is backed up by scriptures, backed up by the spiritual master, and backed up by the sadhus. Was that? Sri Hari Guru? No, Shastra Guru and sadhus. So nothing can check him. He is determined. He will do anything and everything to become successful. Prabhupada says, determination. If one is determined, then Krishna will give him strength. That determination is the real strength. Bhagavad Gita lecture, chapter 2, text 41 in London, 21st of August, 1973. That being determined, Dridha Brata, is the real strength of a devotee. In the neophyte stage, that means in the beginning stage, because he's not very well versed in the scripture, in the beginning, newcomer, he only sees God and himself. He doesn't see anybody. It's like a horse that you have blinds, from this side and this side. You've seen the Tongas? Huh? In the early days here in Vrindavan, I remember riding in a Tonga. There's a horse carriage. So the horse can only see there. You cannot see from the other side. And he doesn't know what's on the other side. He's only going straight. So similarly, a neophyte is like this. And because he's not well versed in the scripture, then he can be easily swayed. He can be easily convinced by others to not follow this process. So as Prabhupada says, at least we should come to the Madhyam platform. In the Madhyam platform, a devotee is more determined to pursue spiritual life, to pursue Krishna consciousness. He sees God, he sees Krishna, he sees himself, he sees the devotees of the Lord, he sees the innocents, and also he sees the envious personalities. He tries to avoid those envious personalities. That will not be able to help him unless you're very strong to also convince that person to be Krishna conscious. Yes, we should be determined to become Krishna conscious in spite of being in difficulty. Who is the only person that can help us? Krishna. The family members cannot help, the parents cannot help the children at the time. The children cannot help parents at the time of death. Who can only help? Krishna. At the time of death says that whatever we're thinking, we will achieve next life. Our goal is to think of Krishna at the time of death. Any more of your phones still alive? Put in a flight mode or silence. This is the crucial, this is the final exam. Your final exam is not at the end of the semester. That is not the final exam of this life. That is only a portion of your life. The final exam is at the time of death. Whatever we're doing daily, whatever we're thinking daily, it's like whatever we're doing daily, whatever we're thinking daily, at nighttime, we dream about that. So, in the whole lifetime that we have, whatever we're doing, whatever activities that we do, whatever we're thinking of at the time of death, yam yam vyapis param bhavan chajante ante kalevaram. Ante kalevaram. That we will attain. So we have to practice now. There's a saying in English, try and try until you what? Succeed. Krishna, if there is some difference, Krishna only wants to see our effort. What is our desire? Krishna will fulfill the desire of his devotees. Krishna will always help his devotees. And whatever is lacking, what's that? I preserve whatever they have, he preserves, and whatever is lacking, he provides. If he sees that our sincerity is so strong and we are really trying our best, the effort that we want to become Krishna conscious, Krishna will help us to think of him at the time of death. But if we're only taking it easy, if we're only like, okay, I cannot do my best because I have so many priorities. We should have Krishna as our priority. Even right now, you are students. You have to look way ahead of time. Your vision should be, what's going to happen to me after 20 years? How about after 10 years? How about after 5 years? Where do I see myself? Where will I be? You should have a long-term vision. And our long-term vision is to be Krishna conscious. So if you're planning like that in the future, you must start now. Sometimes we've heard of this. They will say, oh, when I get old, I'll become serious. You've heard of that? Yeah? Right now, we're still young, just like the friends of Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj is a 5-year-old boy. He's telling his friends, we must start now. This is the best time. We're still young. And the friend says, did you see the Mahavatar movie?
Yes.
Anyone who sees Mahavatar, raise your hands. Very good. What happened here? Oh, okay. Huh? Maybe you have to reset. That's okay. It's not working. That's all right. So, Prahlad Maharaj is, if you don't ask, you don't get. This is number one rule. If you don't ask Krishna, and we're begging that, Lord Krishna, please engage me in the service. That's why we chant. So Prahlad Maharaj's classmates, fellow sons of the demons, he says, no, Prahlad, we're still young. Let's enjoy. There's nothing to enjoy in this world. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, there are two boys who did not want to play. Who is the other one? Dhruva Maharaj. He went to the forest to seek the help of Lord Narayan. Isn't it? He doesn't want to play. He became absorbed immediately of meditating upon Lord Narayan, Lord Krishna. Same with Prahlad Maharaj. So, we have to be determined. And the determination is being tested, especially when there's some temptations. Maya will always attract, allure the aspiring devotee. The more you make advancement in Krishna consciousness, the more Maya will test us. And the more we make advancement, the test is more severe. But if we are determined to go back home, back to Godhead, Maya will give up. Prabhupada says, in Vrindavan, Lecture on Nectar of Devotion, November 5, 1972. Determination. Still, we must be fixed in Krishna. So determination is very necessary. And even if there are difficulties, which are bound to happen. It's like the children, the children, they think there's no difficulties in life. There's no problem in life. There's no anxiety in life, isn't it? But when they start to grow up, especially when they become teenagers, then anxiety comes. They don't know what to do. They cannot make a decision. But they think, I can do it by myself. They're very independent. They will not even listen to Mama and Pita. No, they will listen only to their friends, so-called friends, and to their mind. No. So we must be determined to not withdraw from devotional service. Srila Prabhupada says, this is what I said now, that the person in Krishna consciousness is one who is fully determined to go back home, back to Godhead. This is his determination. The materialists are determined to enjoy their senses, to satisfy their own self. Determination is a very, very easy to do actually at the same time, because this is the nature of the soul. So we have to be convinced. The materialists are determined to enjoy their senses, gratifying their senses. So similarly, the devotees of the Lord are determined to serve and please the spiritual master and Lord Krishna and the Vaishnavas. This is what I call Hari Guru and Vaishnavas. Yes. So we can test ourselves. Am I becoming advanced? Am I having progress in my spiritual life? To the degree that you are determined to continue on, to the degree that you are actually making advancement. If you're having second thought and you are not having Krishna as a priority of your life, then your determination will become weaker and weaker and weaker. You must be convinced. Yes? The devotees of the Lord will do anything and everything for Krishna, and nothing outside his service will attract them. Confirm again. By contrast, neophytes may sometimes waver as they're not yet firm. But a pure devotee of the Lord cannot be persuaded to abandon service to him. Nothing can shake their resolve. Srila Prabhupada explains, if one is determined to stay in this material world, Krishna will give all the facilities to forget him. Thus, the outcome of our life depends on our choice. If your choice is Krishna, then you should be ready to do anything and everything to attain him. You cannot be in Maya and in Krishna also at the same time. It is not possible. You go easy. And it is not happily, it's not a happy choice. It's not happily performed. You cannot be in Krishna. Oh yes, Prabhupada was told by one of his devotees, Prabhupada, sometimes I'm in Maya. Prabhupada says, no, you're always in Maya and sometimes you're in Krishna. So our choice should be, we should be always in Krishna, with Krishna. Then ultimately Maya will give us up. That is our determination. I will stop here now. You have any questions or comment?
My question, what qualities should be there for a good devotee?
What qualities
Should be there in it?
should be there?
Uh,
Well, the first quality is humility. One of the subjects in this book also is humility. This seems to be kind of small, but it's jam-packed. We only spoke on determination. How you can become determined is that first of all, you have to be humble. Prabhupada gave a story whereby he's a good musician. So he went to a school of music in France, in Paris. So this school of music is so famous all over the world. The best musicians comes here, or they were produced. Yes. So this musician is so expert. So when he enrolled, the registrar says you have to pay 4 times the tuition fee. I know so much music. I have to pay 4 times. Why? A person who doesn't know, he paid a regular tuition fee. And the registrar says, well, we have to work more for you. You have to give up whatever so-called knowledge that you have. So we have to do more tutoring you, more lessons for you to learn. So similarly, he has to be humbled. When you come to Krishna consciousness, your so-called material education doesn't count. What counts is your faith. Again, your conviction. So you have to be humble. Number one quality that we need to cultivate, obedient. We have to be obedient, humble. Even the teachers in your institution, this is what he expects from you. So as a student, we have to be humble. We have to accept whatever is given to us. Follow the procedure accordingly, and then it'll manifest different qualities: compassion, kindness, tolerance, and so on. So humility is number one. Humility means I don't know anything, and I have faith on the spiritual master, on the scriptures, and the sages. Yes? Because they have seen the truth. I am blind. I cannot see. It's very dark. But the spiritual master, the Vedas, and the sadhus, Their knowledge is like torch. Light up the whole room so we'll be able to see each other. Hmm? Any other question? Yes.
Prabhuji, sometimes we feel very confused, like
Sometimes.
always.
Okay, sometimes we feel very confused.
in balancing between our friends and spirituality, because our friends have been with us since childhood. We have been
Yeah.
in school together and memories.
Yes,
And
how to balance between your friends who's been with you since your childhood and spirituality.
And slowly we are progressing in spirituality. So how
Yeah.
can we just make the balance?
Well, one who is determined to pursue this, then he should not compromise. Your friends, you should not abandon them as long as they are favorable to your way of how to live your life. They should respect you also. You respect them reciprocally, they should respect you. You should tell them that this is my principle. I don't eat meat. I don't take intoxication. I don't do gambling. I don't do have any of this so-called illicit sexual activities. So if they're really your friends, they'll accept you who you are. And if they don't want to entertain what your lifestyle or what your understanding or new um, way of life, they will abandon you. But you will never abandon your friends because you know that if they become favorable, you'll be able to also help them on the right path. Okay? They have to know what you're doing. You don't compromise. Or in the weekends, you party with them, right? You go to clubs, you go drinking, you go womanizing, and then during the weekdays, you are a spiritualist. It doesn't work. That's why I said you cannot be in two sides. You have to only with Krishna or with Maya. Better be with Krishna though. Yes?
Yes.
Any other questions? You have to stand up and speak louder so I can hear you. Stand up, please. Listen to the teacher. Stand up. Jai, wearing dhoti. Haribol. Yes, sir.
Okay, first of all, thanks for having this wonderful session with us. My question is related to humanity, which I have recently addressed. Prabhuji, most of I found that after a consistent period of my devotion services, some challenging attitudes develop in myself. Like, let's see what Maya can do. Let's see how Maya can degrade me. And then upon I found that when this kind of challenging attitude come in my sight, I fell under the play of Maya. And this is like a repetitive pattern which I have found in myself. So my question is simple, Prabhuji, how to ignore this pattern or how to like above from this pattern?
How to get out of this? Um, you have to be, again, have a good, strong sadhana. Associate only with the like-minded devotees or those devotees who are more advanced than you are. Be strict with your principle. Again, don't compromise. And Maya this is her duty to always test us. But if you are determined, Maya will be convinced that, oh, I cannot do anything else anymore to this person. Okay, I let him to be a devotee. She will give up on you. Once you prove that actually you are a devotee of Lord Krishna. But if there is some hesitation and you fall into her traps, you fall into her enticement or illusions or attractive features, then you will just go back and forth, back and forth. No, it is all right to make a mistake, but don't repeat the same mistake again. Because Prabhupada says if you commit the same mistakes again, then you are not serious. We have to be serious. Krishna consciousness is a serious business. This is not a joke. Because you want to go back home, back to Godhead. Yes? So, yes, you may commit mistakes, but you should learn from your mistakes. Don't think that, oh, I'm so weak. Maya is strong. No, Prabhupada says the devotees are stronger. We are spirit by nature. Material and spiritual is stronger. You just have to be determined. I chose this special topic for all of you because you need to be really determined in your life. It doesn't matter what you pursue. You have to be determined. In order to finish your education, you have to be determined. In order to go back home, back to Godhead, you also need to be determined. Okay? Association is very important. If not, it is the most important. That's why whenever there is a meeting, try to come. Okay? Any other points? Yes. Huh? It's okay.
Hare
Yeah.
Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Maharaj, Prabhuji translate my words for Congress.
Okay.
जैसे प्रभुजी जैसे कहते हैं ना कि हम गुरु को नहीं ढूंढते हैं, गुरु हमें ढूंढ के आते हैं, तो ये मतलब क्या, मतलब गुरु कैसे क्लूज देते हैं ना, मतलब क्या क्लूज देते हैं हमें, तो वो कैसे क्लूज रहते हैं?
Mm-hmm.
He's asking Maharaji,
Yes.
it is said that if you don't search for Guru, Guru searches us, and he gives us clues how to advance in bhakti, ideas and clues in a way to advance in bhakti. It's saying like that. How they give the clues, ideas or ways to.
When
They
you-
find our speech.
He want to find a spiritual master, so he's curious how I can.
When you become sincere, the Paramatma will know. And then the Paramatma will connect you to the spiritual master. Krishna, as Paramatma within our heart, he knows past, present, and future. And if we are sincere, if we really want to make advancement in Krishna consciousness, Krishna will make arrangements for you to make further and further advancement. And because you are sincere, then Krishna will send his representative to teach you, to inspire you, to guide you, to give you direction how to fulfill your desire to go back home, back to Godhead. If you are not convinced that this material world is full of miseries and sufferings, and I'm wanting to enjoy more and more, Krishna will not send that spiritual master. You have to be convinced. You have to be convinced that I cannot be happy. If you're still thinking that I can be happy, then you will not meet the spiritual master. But by chance, by fortune, even if you're not convinced, Krishna may still send the spiritual master to inspire you, to tell you about real knowledge, absolute knowledge. Okay?
प्रभुजी, जैसे जो अपने स्पिरिचुअल मास्टर हैं जो होने वाले हैं, तो वो अपने सपने में भी आके हम लोग को क्लूज दे सकते हैं क्या?
He's asking, I think he's more concerned about who will become my spiritual master.
You don't worry about that. First, you worry about your chanting. When you're ready, the spiritual master is always ready. Krishna is always ready, but we're not ready. When you are ready, you will meet your guru. So, first, have yourself be ready. Okay? Hanji. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Okay, any more question? If not, we're going to end here now. Yes? Okay. By the way, these books are available if you wish to have a copy. They're going very fast, especially in Kartik.